According to IMDb, no date, Gravity Falls ran on Disney Channel from June 2012 to February 2016, and it consisted of 2 seasons. The show followed main characters Mabel and Dipper Pines, 2 12-year-old twins' adventures with friends and family encountering the magical, supernatural, and atypical beings in the town of Gravity Falls, Oregon. The twins worked at their great-uncle's tourist trap, museum, and gift shop called the Mystery Shack. Other important characters include Stanford Pines, also called Grunkle Stan by the twins, Sus Ramirez, and Wendy Corduroy, employees of the Mystery Shack, Candy Chew and Grenda Grendinator, Mabel's best friends, Sheriff Blubbs and Deputy Durland, the town's cops, and there are many other important characters. The character of my topic of interest is Mabel Pines. She comes across just like any other preteen girl. She is extroverted, silly, strong-willed, curious, boy-crazy, loyal, resourceful and creative, and smart. For the theory that can be applied to my character, Mabel's life, I believe that Sternberg's theory of successful intelligences by Robert J. Sternberg is most fitting. In the textbook, Children and Their Development, 7th edition, author Robert V. Cale explains the theory's 3 key components and its purpose. Cale writes, "The theory shows how instruction can be matched to students' strongest abilities, enhancing students' prospects for mastering the material. The 3 components of the theory are analytic ability, creative ability, and practical ability. Analytic ability is the ability to analyze problems and generate different solutions. Creative ability is the ability to deal adaptively with novel situations and problems. Practical ability is the ability to know which solutions to problems are likely to work." Sternberg himself defines these different areas. He says, "These projects involve presenting students with real-world problems and asking them to define the problems, figure out ways of addressing these problems, and proposing possible solutions." Mabel repeatedly demonstrates analytic, creative, and practical ability throughout the course of the show. In Season 1, Episode 13, titled Boss Mabel, Mabel replaces Grunkle Stan and runs the Mystery Shack for 1 week. Her philosophy in this episode is something along the lines of, be kind and watch others follow suit. She believes she will be a better boss and make more profits than Stan because she uses manners and is kind to people, unlike Stan. The climax of this episode is when everything seemingly falls apart at the Mystery Shack. One of the employees took advantage of Mabel's kindness and stopped working, while the other employee is lost. The shack is full of customers who aren't paying adequately because Mabel is letting them. There is a monster destroying the shack because Mabel didn't want to tell Dipper no and to not bring it inside because she wanted to be nice and please him. So Mabel's plan unfortunately results in her getting walked on by other people. Eventually, Mabel is searching for the common denominator, or the cause, in this problem, and she realizes that it's herself by being too nice. As Taylor Swift would say, "It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me." Mabel's realization connects to the aspect of analytic ability because of her analyzation of the problem. Mabel shows her creative ability in Season 2, Episode 11, titled Not What He Seems. In this episode, Grunkle Stan is taken into custody by government authorities after some suspicious behavior. Mabel and Dipper are also taken in a government car. While inside the car, Mabel thinks of several different ways she and Dipper can escape. While their car is passing a truck with the sticker of a popular band, Mabel, thinking quickly, writes on her window that the band is overrated. This angers the truck driver who rams their car and causes their driver to lose control and go off of the road. Mabel and Dipper are now freed. Mabel's actions in this situation connect with the theory's aspect of creative ability that involves being flexible in novel situations and problems. Mabel displays practical ability in Season 1, Episode 17, titled Boys Crazy. Mabel and her two best friends, Candy and Grenda, are at the venue for a concert performance by their favorite boy band, several times. Upon arrival, they are told that the show is sold out. This, of course, upsets the girls, until Mabel declares that they will be seeing the band no matter what. She gets the idea to pick a lock with her hairpin and breaks in backstage with Candy and Grenda to meet the band. When the girls enter several times' dressing room, they discover that the boys are actually clones, and that is why they appear so similar and so perfect. Practical ability, or intelligence, can also be described as being socially aware or as having street smarts. It is defined by Kale as the ability to know which solutions to problems are likely to work. Mabel's determined attitude and successful solution of breaking backstage to see the band, thus solving the problem of not seeing them, is a time when she shows her practical ability. I believe that the social information processing theory is the best choice. First theorized by Nikki R. Crick and Kenneth Dodge in 1996, the social information processing theory alongside the information processing model were created to gain a better understanding of children's responses to stimuli. More specifically, the theory hypothesized that aggressive children's processing of social information, for example, people, is biased in each of the stages. This is the information processing model. The first step is the encoding of internal and external cues. The second one is the interpretation of cues. These two can be described as sensations and perceptions. Step 3, clarification of goals, refers to the stage in which the child evaluates what goal they will pursue achieving, whether the goal is relationship-based or socially based. Step 4 is response, access, or construction. Step 5 is response decision, in which the child mentally chooses how they want to respond, either aggressively or non-aggressively, to the stimulus. Step 6 is the last step. It is behavioral enactment. In this step, the child acts upon their response decision. The social information processing theory states that aggressive children and adolescents are biased when it comes to processing stimuli, meaning that they tend to be more aggressive despite the stimulus. Mabel's all-around behavior goes against this theory, as she isn't an aggressive adolescent most of the time. A specific situation where Mabel went against this theory is in Season 1, Episode 8. Some context before the summary. Mabel's arch-nemesis in the show is a girl of similar age named Pacifica Northwest. Pacifica is arrogant and acts like she is superior to Mabel because her family is wealthy and her great-great-grandfather founded Gravity Falls. In reality, Pacifica is envious of Mabel because Mabel has friends who are genuine and kind, and because Mabel has a great family and support system who love her. To summarize the episode, Mabel and Dipper follow all these hidden clues that lead to evidence that Pacifica's great-great-grandfather was a fraud who didn't actually discover Gravity Falls. Dipper encourages Mabel to tell this to Pacifica as an act of revenge for the bad things Pacifica did to Mabel. Instead of behaving angrily and combatively, Mabel chooses to be the bigger person and not tell Pacifica. Could Mabel's problem of having no friends apart from Dipper at her hometown of Piedmont, California, have been lessened if her parents would have enrolled her in clubs or camps, either in or outside of school, in her childhood. Yes, as previously mentioned, Mabel is a very funny, intelligent, kind, and outgoing girl. I don't believe she would have had too much trouble making some friends. At this point, her family, specifically her parents, could enroll her in extracurriculars this upcoming school year. The area of Mabel's life that is set up for optimal development is her sibling relationship with her brother, Dipper. Her relationship with her great-uncle, Stan, is also great, but her and Dipper have known each other their whole lives, and the same cannot be said for Grunkle Stan and Mabel. Mabel and Dipper's relationship is healthy, because they can count on each other based on their past and present childhood experiences. They call each other their best friend. They feel comfortable enough to be honest with the other. They help the other out in times of need and work together cooperatively.